not ironic that stereotypes are specific. People stereotype a whole group of individuals, an entire race, gender, or class, and give them definite labels. It gets further than that, though. People will stereotype someone based on what they believe. A group of people will fix a negative image on another group of people that have opposing views. Humans are previously categorized, therefore people decide whether they will connect with someone based on their political views before they even speak to them. Stereotypes unify humans incorrectly because they take the individuality of a person and group them into just one standard belief. There is a set overgeneralized idea of women, but there is a more specific stereotype for them based on what they believe. Society and popular culture stereotypes pro-life women as a threat to feminism, but abortion is not a feminist issue at all. There are pro-life women who are also feminist activists, and this just goes to show how wrong stereotypes are. Every individual has different ideas, morals, and beliefs, but when someone stereotypes a woman, they take away her individuality. Pro-choice stands for giving women the option to decide what action they take towards something that affects their own body. However, to be pro-life does not mean to be against women. It is to be against the ending of a life. If it were my body, if it were his body, if it were only his, Kevin would have this baby without a care for the consequences. These are thoughts of a woman from the 2018 Lone Star College Journal who is considering an abortion. Pro-lifers do not make abortion a gender issue, while pro-choice individuals use gender and feminism to support their claim. People will use their stance on the issue of abortion to gain followers. Celebrities, both women and men, will talk about pro-choice being a woman's right. Individuals who admire these famous people will pick up those ideas. This fuels fans to follow the belief their favorite celebrities do. They will think that challenging their favorite artist's beliefs would mean that they are against them and against women's rights. If stars are claiming abortion is a natural right, their fans will get angry at any restriction of that right. In 2016, Miley Cyrus tweeted, 100 years of care, education, and activism. Today I'm celebrating Planned Parenthood turning 100 years strong. The effect of Miley describing what Planned Parenthood does, aside from providing health care and education as activism, projects an opposite image on those who do not support abortion. The credibility a person has can really affect what others will believe. Doctors who address abortion as a medical right will cause people to view it that way. Most people have the mentality that if a doctor says it's okay, then it is. When people argue against abortion, it's a red flag, because many doctors are doing otherwise. In 2000, an Ohio couple filed a lawsuit against their two doctors because the doctors allegedly did not warn them of their daughter's spina bifida, for which they have aborted her. Giving women the right to abort is giving them the right to pick and choose who enters the world and when. No one, man or woman, should have that power. Pro-choice women vote for politicians who they believe are credible to protect their right to choose. What these women do not consider is that politicians do not care for women's rights, but more likely their votes. Voting for a candidate against abortion is viewed as voting for someone threatening the work of feminists. Pro-choice individuals will sympathize with women who want an abortion for reasons such as rape and emotional or economic distress. Being unsupportive of a woman's decision to get an abortion, even after learning about her situation, is presumed heartless. There is a misconception that being unsupportive of a woman's personal choice regarding her own body is just another attempt to control her. The idea of ending abortion triggers an emotional response from pro-choice women. They feel attacked or angry because they believe abortion laws take away a right feminists have fought for and earned. Pro-choice women take the issue personally, causing the efforts of pro-life women to seem against them or against women in general. According to pro-choice women, there are not enough statistics that prove why abortion is legally wrong. There is, however, a large percentage of women who receive help from Planned Parenthood. People view it as a responsibility to support the program for all the women it takes care of, but Planned Parenthood also assists women in getting abortion. This is the issue pro-life activists have with this organization. However, because Planned Parenthood helps women in other ways, there is a misunderstanding. By not supporting Planned Parenthood fully, a pro-lifer is commonly seen as ignorant because they do not consider the women the organization has helped. The number of abortions also speaks volume. Look at all the women who feel empowered by exercising their right to make their own decision. If the government takes away this right, all these women will be affected. Instead of pro-choice individuals viewing the laws as a restriction on abortion, they argued it's the only way to restrict and deprive women further. Feminists are all about women's rights and challenging the norms and stereotypes placed on women. Pro-choice women, however, place their own stereotype on pro-life women. They categorize all of them as a threat to feminism, when feminism is really the advocacy of women to have the same rights as men. Men do not have this right to abort, so why is this even an issue over the equality of sexes? Truth is, pro-choice needs to stereotype a pro-life women as a threat to feminism because their whole claim is based on the idea that choice is a woman's right. Breaking from the stereotypical idea of pro-lifers, there are women who do not support abortion, but fiercely advocate feminism. Everyone is different. No one has the exact same beliefs, morals, or idea. Society limits itself so much by placing labels on groups of people. Society will frame her around limitations, put her in more, but she is more than a stereotype regardless of her stance on it.